Oh, hey Ottawa, how's it going? Don't stop that applause. It's Algonquin territory here. You're welcome. I'm Algonquin, so you're welcome. That's cool. Let's see, this is a little bit high for me. All right, that seems a little better. Okay, yeah, so Algonquin territory. Well, you're welcome. And I just wanted to say that I see a couple settler faces out here in the audience. Don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, but just a little reminder that your rent is a little bit overdue. So you might want to, you can buy me a drink after the show. We can call it even. We like our fire water. It's all good. Or better yet, tip your servers because they're doing a great job and the bartenders, and then maybe we'll call it even. But I can see I'm making a few of you uncomfortable with your white fragility. And so maybe I'll segue to some less confrontational yet still unceded territory. Yeah. Anybody got kids? That's a good segue. I have kids. Round of applause if you have kids. Let me hear it. Anybody ever tried potty training twins? Didn't think so. So one of my mom friends in my parenting group gave me this book about attachment parenting and how your children can go diaper free from birth. Yeah, this bitch did not have twins. But I'm like, okay, Susan, we'll give it a try. So one day I'm letting them roam around au naturel, like, the book says I'm supposed to, and that's fine, that's cool. And my daughter's like, Mommy, poo-poo potty. And I'm like, oh, yes. So I go put her on the potty. And then she's like, no, Mommy, no poo-poo, no potty. But I'm like, I can kind of smell it at this point. So I'm just going to leave you on there a little bit longer. Like, just give it a try. She's like, no, Mommy, no poo-poo, no potty. And she's pointing at the door. I'm like, okay. So I look over the door, and sure enough, there's the other half of the dynamic duo with a giant man-sized shit out, like, just behind her. I mean, it was so big that I'm like, this has to belong to the dog. So I'm about to start yelling at the dog. I'm like, Harvey, get your ass. He just runs up the stairs. He's like, just starts eating the shit. So just to recap, I've got one toddler on the toilet getting really adamant about how she doesn't have to go. The other one with like half a log still hanging out of her ass. And I'm desperately trying to get the dog to stop eating the rest of the shit. So yeah, shit, right. But I'm actually going to try something a little bit new tonight. I'm going to give, by round of applause, I'm going to do like a choose your own adventure style comedy. So I have two other stories for you, and you can tell me which one you want to hear. So round of applause if you want to hear yet another shit story, or if you want to hear about a shitty relationship story. So shit story, shitty relationship story. All right, just remember you asked for it. I didn't. So I know you're thinking, there's the kids on the toilet and the shit, and there's a lot going on. Where's her partner in all of this? Funny story, he was in the closet. And he was not getting diaper wipes. He was like in there for the 7 years that we were together. Further back than my size 5 jeans. Like, dude was really in the closet. And I'm cool. Like, I'm pretty liberal. I'm not homophobic. It's all good. If he would have said something, I might have gone with the house with the walk-in closet instead of the pool so that he could have some space, But anyway, so it came out and we were like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a divorce. So I'm going to start, tell my friends. It's not something you hear every day. How do I tell my friends this is happening? So I start with my best friend and I'm like, well, it turns out we have just a little too much in common, about 6 inches or so. And we're going to be getting a divorce. And she's like, oh, well, maybe you could just be like gay best friend roommates. And I'm like, this is not Will and Grace. This is my fucking life. And if it were Will and Grace, everybody knows that I'd be, anyone, round of applause if you've seen the show or know the show. So everybody knows that I'd be Karen, walking around with a bottle of vodka in my purse, drinking until I couldn't see straight, or I forgot that he wasn't. Speaking of purses, do you guys like my purse tonight? It was my kids. I say was because it's chock full of weed and I don't think I can give it back to her. Like, Mommy, why does your purse smell funny? I don't know. But yeah, so friends out of the way, and then I'm like, oh, the fun part now, I gotta tell my family. So I call up my family, and my stepmom plays gatekeeper, so she's the only one with the cell phone, so I can't actually talk to my dad. So my stepmom answers, and I'm like, oh, so, Mom, I got some news for you, like, you know, just not working out, we're gonna get a divorce. And she's like, oh, well, you know, sweetie, maybe he's not gay. Maybe you just need to stick your finger up there. You know, a man's prostate is an erogenous zone. So then I'm thinking like, oh shit, am I having this conversation with my mom? And B, like, what is it, 1955? Like, oh, my finger. If only I had known, I wouldn't have turned him gay. Thanks, Mom. But I know her pretty well. You know, she actually hasn't spoken to me since last March when I first told this joke, which is super fantastic. But, you know, silver linings, whatever. But, so I'm like, I better end this conversation soon because I can already envision the next sentence out of her mouth going something like, you know, your father likes it when okay, Mom, gotta go, bye, thanks so much. And then, yeah, so a lot of people ask me, like, how did you not know? Like, how can you be in a relationship with someone and not know what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? In hindsight, I guess it is my fault. There were probably a few signs, like the fact that I only had to shave my legs like once every 6 months and never seemed to bother him. But speaking of silver linings, right, ladies? I'm like, okay, it's fine, whatever. And then one day I'm going back to work and he's staying at home with the kids. So I take his car and I'm racing to this new job. And sure enough, whoop, whoop, police pulls me over. They're like, can I see your license and registration, ma'am? I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, oops, that's where normal people like keep the license and registration in your glove box. But nope, he had a lovely little brochure about 2 men in assless chaps. So I start crying, and the officer's like, oh, well, no ticket today, man. So, like, sweet, I just keep that in my glove box, and I just speed around like the little old lady from Pasadena. I got this, it's fine. So, yeah, that's good. And then, you know, people want to get offended for me. They're like, how? It must have been terrifying. Like, how did you, like, devastating. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, it was devastating. But the only way I dealt with it is because, you know, he came out around the same time as Adele's music, and her music is heart-wrenching and, I know, devastating as it is, so it made me feel better about my life. I used to sing along in the car, hello from the other side of the closet, must have forgot I was your wife, keep waiting to hear you're sorry for breaking my heart, but it don't matter because I ain't got the part. Thank you.